Hey, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome to day 2 of As the Wheel Spins in Our Favor. My name is Lisa D. Lyle, and this is my heart here on YouTube. A very warm welcome to anyone who may be new and finding this space for the very first time. I trust that you will find something here that feels supportive, feels inspiring, and encourage you to keep growing. Keep going within, keep growing. We're doing it. For those of you who continue to come back and support me and this space year after year, day after day, thank you so much for your continued journey within. Thank you so much for your continued spiritual awakening. And most of all, thank you for your healing. What a gift. So, today we're going to how's everyone doing? Let me get the Palo Santo going, see if anyone joins me here. Are we hearing the bells? Are we hearing the has the chord been struck in your the chord of your soul been struck in your temporary human home? There's a lot going on. Things have shifted quite a bit yesterday, since yesterday, and I hope you're all feeling it. Yesterday, I left here and I went to work with my pajamas on under my snowsuit, under my snow pants. It felt so amazing to just, because I really didn't want to go. I found a pair of snow pants I hadn't seen in a while, and I threw them on over my pajama bottoms, my unicorns and rainbows. Hey, hey, Miss Mo. And it was quite funny. Nobody had to know, but of course I shared. I shared. They're like, "Are you wearing pajamas?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And they're like, "Well, lovely top choice," because I wore a real top, not my moody pajama top. I'm going to wear that next week. But anywho, let's get this going. At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel. Oh, they're saying, Lisa, your feet. Put those feet on the ground. Ugh, I don't know why. Okay. At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with some encouraging and supportive messages for us at this now time. And this now time is whenever you find these messages. Time is the illusion, and yet within the illusion, we each have a finite period of time to be alive as a human. And that's the whole point and focus of life, is to be alive while we're living, not to wait until something happens and we die and then we go and get to live some magical, mystical life. No, no. Your magical, mystical life is right here, right now. Oh, yeah. They had wanted me to work with some of my. Oh, I don't think I brought them Sunday then. But some cards I'm working on. Shoot, I didn't bring them. Anywho, it must not be that important. So, how was everybody's New Year's Day? There's been a shift overnight. Again, yesterday felt like the liminal space. Today is the new life. And it's the new life as a result of our choice, right? We can choose to wallow in whatever, or we can choose to get on with it. Rollin', rollin', rollin'. What is that from? Gunsmoke or something? Is that what the Gunsmoke? I don't know. I don't know where these things come from half the time. That's the truth. So, Miss Mo, how was your day yesterday? I'm going to share some writing that came through at the end of the day. So when I got home, it was easy to get, into some comfy clothes. So I came in and made myself a cup of tea, and there was a strong call to write. And so I did. And the last time I looked at the clock was 12:37, and there was about 4 pages, like 3.5 pages that came through. And I feel really guided to share with you. Oh, nice. And 3K walk in the woods. That sounds nice. I'm torn. I feel a little conflicted today because it is kind of mild out. I've already gone for a walk. But like, I feel conflicted. Do I actually want to go out and walk, or do I want to get in here and keep clean, clean, clean? That's what I really feel. And as you can see, I still have my hair. I think we're going to wait a little bit before I chop it again. Because you know why? To have short hair in this really cold weather, it's your neck is so exposed. And then I'm thinking, what about my head? I mean, my head, we can cover ourselves off, but still it feels, it's not, I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Although you never know, it's usually a spur of the moment thing. So I feel like the big message is here is just to go with the flow. What do you feel like doing? What's calling you the most? And what's going to provide the most soul satisfaction? And what they're saying to me, Lisa, can you not go for a walk outside and then come back and clean all night? Yeah, I guess I can. So there we go. I've been told I am going to nature and I'm going to enjoy it. Let's get out there and enjoy it tonight. So we have our full moon in Cancer at 5:04 a.m. tomorrow morning on the 3rd, Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. And I guess it's the 4th in the Southern Hemisphere. And this is our Cancerian full moon. And this is all about, our feelings of safety and security, our home life, our family, our friends, our community. That's the energy of Cancer. And it's also about allowing ourselves to come out and be seen. And that's really what I do here every day. And 2025, I'm so grateful to 2025 because 2025 has really supported consistency. Regardless of what's going on externally, the ability to show up here and show up in a space that I love, that I have created, that's a really safe space for myself and for all who arrive here. That was the biggest gift of 2025, is the ability to show up authentically. And it wasn't always pretty. It wasn't always pretty. It was often quite tender and raw. And I suspect going forward, we will continue to do the same energy around this space because it's who we are. And 2026 is about real love blooming in our gardens, real love knocking on our hearts. And for the fortunate few, although it's accessible to the many, for the fortunate few, there will be connections, reunions, soul bonds reestablished. So before we pull any cards, and we're going to work with the same cards that we've been working with, this year feels like it's all about our expansion. And so we're going to continue to expand on the messages that came through yesterday. Hey, Wolf Mother. Welcome, sister. How's it going? Welcome to the Gregorian 2026. The wheel spins as the wheel spins. This whole year, the Daily Divine is going to be as the wheel spins. And we're going to do it by the days. We're going to count the days here. Yay! We're going to be consistent. We're going to continue to nurture ourselves. We're going to continue to grow real love, true love in our experience. Nice, Mo. Nice. It is very beautiful out. So the messages that came through last night, 2026, real love blooms. Stay true to you. Tad exhausted. Yes. And it does. There is this energy of continuing to rest. I mean, this is the winter. Right? Everything rests in the winter. Yes, we're in a new calendar year. It's not the true new year. Fools. April Fools is probably the true New Year day. Right? So rest. Give yourself permission to rest. I'm giving you permission. Spirit's giving you permission to rest. Take it easy, as the Italians would say. Take it easy, Lise. Take it easy. There's nothing you have to do except take care of you. And that is the message. And that's what we learned in 2025, didn't we? We learned this a lot more. That was a recurring theme throughout 2025. Rest. And for folks, it's 1001 there. For folks like you and I, it's hard for us because we're doers. We like to serve, we like to do. And service begins at home. Like that proverb or whatever it is, charity begins at home. It's true. And we must show up first for ourselves before we can show up in the world for anyone else. And it's a daily practice. And we will talk about doing some cleansing right now. This is a very powerful weekend to cleanse, to purge parasites and parasitic energy out of our life. Because it's still kind of, although I said we're into the new, it's still really the liminal space. The new feels beyond this full moon. This full moon feels like a critical component to the wrapping up of what was 2025, the shedding, if you will. Moving away from that snake energy, 1111, 1111 on the clock, moving away from the snake energy into the gallop, if you will. Why did I want to say trollop? I don't think it's very nice to call anyone a trollop, is it? Trollop. What does that mean? Let's see what that means, actually. Trollop. Unless you know, one of you ladies know, trollop. Trollop. A woman considered sexually, that's how they used it. A woman considered sexually promiscuous, a woman prostitute, a woman regarded slovenly or unkept. Why is it just women? Interesting, isn't it? Would not a man who conducts himself in the same way also be considered a trollop? So funny. Yeah, gallop. But that's what I was thinking. Trot, gallop. I think that's what I was trying to put 12 there. That's what I was trying to put together. Gallop and trot and gallop. But a trollop, I remember that name. That name was thrown around when we were younger, and it was always things to diminish and demean women. Guys were like getting notches on their belt or the bedpost or whatever it was, and a woman who conducted herself in the same way was given a bad name, but the man who conducted himself in a poor way was elevated. And we're not here for that bullshit. Fair is fair, goose and gander. Look over yonder. Look over yander. Goose and gander, yander. I was thinking yonder. Oh my gosh, I'm silly. And I'm so grateful. I have to say, yesterday I came here and I felt so tender and so, quite, just tender and raw. And yeah, trollop. Yeah, and they used to call women that too. You didn't have to delete that, but that's what they called women too. The S word. Sloots. Play your flutes. A bunch of utes. Okay, so I'm getting silly. Yes. So, it's interesting how when we show up for ourselves and when we're just present for however we're feeling, allowing ourselves to be raw and real, and I come here and I do that. And it really allows me to go out in the world and show up with, not just a brave face, but show up authentically. What is there for us to be afraid of? That's the question. It's like, what are we afraid of? Other people? What are we afraid of? Love? Connection? I guess some people are. I'm really not. And, a couple days ago, I was like, oh, maybe I ought not to go into the world and be so open. I feel like the message is it's about working with discernment in the spaces where we can be open. And I'm not sure, there are a lot of those spaces and places in my life currently. Because, what do you want to say? It's a man's world or it's a dog eat dog world? not here to gobble and eat each other up. Unless we're gobbling and eating each other up in love, like just in that space. Otherwise, I'm hearing you don't want life to be viewed as a waste. And some people can say, oh, no, nothing's wasted. Yes, it is. We waste time all the time. Didn't the Eagles sing about that? Wasted time? Was that the Eagles? But I'm hearing Freddie Fender, wasted days and wasted nights. Although I think that was probably about like wasted days and wasted nights, right? Hanging out with the trollops. That was a good song, though, Freddie Fender. And in the song he says, oh, do you remember the day when you went away and left me? And it's like, he was basically in the song, I feel like he's like blaming it on the person that left him, like why he felt the way. We feel the ways we feel because that's how we feel. And we can't make anyone else responsible for how we feel. No one else is responsible for how we feel. Come on. We're the real deal. The sacred seal's here to open and unravel. And our love is the magic potion. We are the cosmic ocean, and we're a drop within. Like we're all of it, and we're a drop within it. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's get back to the messages that came through last night. Real love blooms. Stay true to you. Your dreams sacred and holy. Your life has been anointed by Creator's love. And I keep hearing the word anointed, and I used to anoint myself a lot on the forehead, on the top of the head, the soles of the feet, and the palms. And so they keep bringing this word up again in recent days, being anointed. So I do feel like that's a highly spiritual practice for us to be involved in. And, I used to use frankincense a lot or spikenard to do the anointing. So the fact that this has come up 3 or 4 days in a row now about anointing, I do feel that there's a message there for us. So take that as it fits. Your life has been anointed by Creator's love, healing touch, creative spirit. You did it. Living light. No more stage fright. Your essence is a delight. You walked yourself out of fear. It wasn't easy, dear, yet now you are so soft and gentle like a young deer. Finding their legs. And deer's medicine is gentleness, and it's about the luring to a new adventure. I love that. I love deers. And they're so trusting, aren't they? Perhaps to their detriment as well. So again, that message coming in of discernment. So you walked yourself out of fear. It wasn't easy, dear, yet now you are so soft and gentle like the young deer, finding their legs wobbly at first, because this wondrous adventure called life has been more fright than delight. Yet you let love win. Over and over again, you did it. You live this sacred embodiment. 2025 gifted this. Love restored. 2026 begins the rewards of flowing, begins the rewards of flowing as a direct result of the eternal love that now lives as your beautiful, sweet, worldly beating heart. Home is there, here, now, everywhere. Be proud, child. We are so proud of you. We know you. We know you feel it too. And you should. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, should? We're not supposed to use shoulda, woulda, coulda. And they're like, in this case, You should be proud. It was like stern. And again, like this is like conversations, it's like love letters from source to, they come to me to be shared with all of you. Some are held back, some are messages specific for me. As this was coming through, it was very clear that it was for the collective, because we've gotten to this place where we may be like, mm, you know, was it worth it? Yes. Yes. And are you worth it? Yes. You're worth everything. Everything you can imagine for yourself, positive, uplifting, is yours. You just need to act as if, and believe it. Believe in yourself. And to counter, like, because the ego, we spoke a lot about the ego yesterday. The ego will pop in and say what it has to say. We don't have to we don't have to obey. We ought to obey spirit. There again, a word we shouldn't say. And yet it's very important that we do. And so I am going to say we ought to obey spirit as spirit moves through us. And remember, creator source is loving and kind, no harm. The harm is in the mind, and the harm is created of the mind. And then the human lashes or acts out because they are not an embodied container of stable emotions, of true source connections. So be proud, child. We are so proud of you. We know you feel it too, and you should. Love, pure and true, feels so good, and it looks good too. Soul looks good on you. You glow, you grow, you sow, as guided by the soul within the oversoul. So we here are a part of an oversoul family. Archangel Michael is one of our main. Um, I just heard he corrals us all and keeps us going, and wields his sort of light in our life as we need, and shows up for ourselves so we can show up for ourselves. So you are as guided by the soul within the oversoul. Keep going. You're not crazy nor delusional. Trust and cultivate faith. So that was the message that came in last night. There's more to come. I can feel it. So with that being said, I'm going to have a look here. We had 2 deer in our backyard the other day, mama with a fuzzy baby in his winter coat. I love it. I used to see deers a lot where I used to live, because there was lots of like farmer fields around, and the deers get pushed out by all the development of the humans. So I saw a lot there. I haven't seen any since I've moved here. And they're so sweet. I love them. Oh, although I did have 2, I got to look that up. 2 hawk flybys yesterday. Although I'm not convinced that the second one was a hawk, I'm more feeling that it was a juvenile, like year 2 bald eagle, because of how it looked on the underside. A lot of white and some black, but not a lot. And so in the morning yesterday, I had like about a 6-foot overhead flyby by a hawk who was like doing the how they have they're doing the glide. It could have been an osprey. It could have been. We do have a lot of eagles around here. People were saying a lot, because I spotted one New Year's Day 2026, which is why it felt like it might have been an eagle yesterday. Frank and I were walking by the lake, and I saw this bird come out of the tree. I'm like, it jumped out of the tree. And I'm like, oh my God, I think that's an eagle. And he's like, it's not an eagle, honey. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's an eagle. Get your camera out. Get your camera out. So, and in my mind, I'm like, fly over us so we can confirm what you are. And it literally did fly over us. And I'll show the picture here another time, but I've used it quite often as a timeline cover and stuff. It was a 2 second year juvenile bald eagle. And so the fact that it was the same underside of this bird, less black. So maybe it was an even younger, not quite a second year, maybe a 1 year, first year. Nice. Yeah, they're massive. And so I saw this one as I was driving yesterday. Migizzi is eagle in Ojibwe. Such a blessing. I love eagles. I have my eagle feather here. It was a gift. Well, it was Frank's. And I guess I inherited it. And his father used to basically almost hand feed the eagles from his property where he lived, and they would fly in and take the fish. He would just throw the fish up, and the eagle would swoop by and catch the fish. And one day dropped him a feather. And this feather is from St. Francis Harbor, Nova Scotia, August, I can't read the year, 20 something. Shoot. But yeah, it's very beautiful. It's not in its finest shape, but it is very sacred, and I feel so blessed to have it. I love eagles. So, yeah. And his dad, unfortunately, things, Frank died and stuff, but his dad, one of the eagles, had died on the property. And because there was a couple of them, and they would call. It was so beautiful. That was one of the videos Frank showed me the very first day I met him, his father, doing this with the eagle. I was like, what? That's insane. But yeah, one of the eagles had died on the property, and I know his father had sort of cared for it and was I don't know if whatever happened to all those feathers. I was hopeful that we would get some, but life happens, people die, and yeah, things don't go. So I feel very lucky to have this one, and I treasure it. It's a prized possession. Yeah, I got a lot of protectors: bears and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Yeah, all of them. Okay, so oh yeah, here we go. Earth and air. I love it. Stabilization, physical integration, and mental clearing. We were speaking about this, all of this, right before this card came out. And that could be an eagle flying on there. And, and this, what I'm feeling here, it looks like the shedding skin. Remember, and I was saying yesterday that the skin that we've shed is being blown away, and we have transformed into a more radiant version of ourselves for this now moment. We're going to continue to change and transform. The longer we live, the more we're going to transform. Hopefully, I mean, those of us here are, right? There's no hopefully. I love owls and was gifted a barn owl feather from a barn owl in the UK. That I follow. Such beautiful gifts. Yeah. And, owls too. I've got my whole little collection of owls here. I don't believe I have any owl feathers. I'd love an owl feather. But yeah, they're so magical, right? And there's a lot of people that are afraid of owls. I guess it's just the way their head moves. It's weird. But we were last year, I got to share these things with you guys. When I was walking and I saw a barred owl sitting on the snowbank, and I'm like, is that an owl? And sure enough, it was. I parked the car and I got out, and this owl was like, I don't know if it had been injured or startled or something. And it was like, let me get very close to it. Mo, you may have seen the pictures online. Let me get very close to it. And then it like was moving around, and they're so stealthy, right? It flew across the street and sat on top of a no parking sign and just sat there. staring at me, and I video recorded it sitting there, and it was just like so freaking magical. And I've had a number of encounters with barred owls and a couple of encounters with snowy owls. And yeah, just so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, thank you. I like sharing. So, air, earth, and air. This is just feeling really beautiful. We are stabilized. We are stabilizing. And this is a number 3. And yesterday we had a 3, right? So, stabilization, physical integration, and mental clarity. And the blessing beyond the soul path, number 3, honor all life, exchange joy without karma or sacrifice. We've walked into this year karma free, ladies and gents. So, what's it going to be? We've cleared the karma. Now it's onward and upward to destiny. Yes, please. Yes, please. One more card they're asking for from here. So we'll take one more. Whoa, that flew out. So I'm going to see. And then this one. So I guess we're getting 2 more. That's funny. Okay. So they had me look at that. So I've got to take it. Now I'm putting them down. And let's see the one that flew. The one that flew out. You all saw that. The elders. Spiritual mentoring, equality, stability, wisdom, experience, and counsels. We are spiritual authorities, ladies and gentlemen. We are meant to use our voice. We are meant to share about things spiritual, to share our stories, because within our stories is wisdom. Because what is wisdom? Wisdom is born from pain healed. We are the real deal. We are the ones here healing. And that's probably why our circles are very small, because we see these great, big, enormous spiritual communities. And, you know, it's kind of like the hippies, though, of the days gone by, right? Um, Peace, love, and rock and roll, or trance dancing, I guess they do in the spiritual communities. Yet within those spaces, there's still a lot of transference of pain. There's still a lot of deception through sexual energy and contact and engagement, right? And we are the ones here through our walk with our own heart, and likely a walk of celibacy, that we get to grow. Because when we're engaging in those ways, that's where toxic connections are born and continue to fester and grow and evolve into more toxic energy, right? And it's not good. So I thank you for being an elder. I thank you for standing in your spiritual authority and stepping into your role as a spiritual leader, as a natural born healer. We don't need credentials, we don't need certificates on the wall to tell us what we're good at, right? We don't. I mean, it does help other people feel better about who we are, 3333. But at the end of the day, I was told a very long time ago that I'm to go direct to source for all that for all that I need, and that my guidance comes from this same space, loving and kind. And so I feel like this is saying, and elephants also are symbols of family and community. And what do I want to say? Ancient wisdom, I see, is what I'm feeling, because these elephants, they've generations of elephants follow the same path. So it's like the wisdom awakens within them, and they innately know the ways to go. And that's the same for us. When we are guided by spirit, we are the medicine. There's like that could be Hermes staff, or the caduceus there, and then the whale. And we had the whale yesterday with the initiation card. Deep trust, deep healing, reconnection with all. So here we have the self and the eternal soul. The self is the number 9, self initiation. And look, from that dolphin's blowhole, we've got the tree. It's like a tree of life growing, right? Because we're here singing our soul song. The tree of life grows from our heart. We don't have a blowhole unless we want to call our mouths our blowhole. Imagine I did that in a bunch of like water. I have water in my mouth. No, our mouth is from where we speak the frequency of love, where we share the frequency of love, and from our heart we grow. This is where the tree of life grows, from our hearts. So below the heart are the roots and the trunk. And then from the heart space, the branches begin to grow. What a beautiful, we're also, oh my gosh, I didn't even see that card. I feel much better today. I guess when our ego, or when we feel rejected, or when we don't feel seen, sometimes we take it personally. And I think that's how I was feeling a little bit yesterday, taking it personally, because it is kind of personal. And, and now it's just like, everyone's got to do what everyone's got to do. I'm not going to let anything, anyone else's ego get in my way, because I've had enough of a challenge throughout my days in, getting my own ego in check. We're never going to control someone else's ego, or we're never going to encourage someone to get out of their ego. That's the journey. That's the beautiful, the growth of the lotus flower, the journey of the caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly. Everyone, every soul in their own time. You and I, though, we have reestablished connection with the divine blueprint. I could laugh, cry here. I'm so friggin' excited. I'm just so grateful for the continued courage and strength and willingness to keep going when it's easier to say, fuck it. Excuse my language. Because it's easier to say it, right? I'm going to chuck that in the F it bucket. Sorry, I don't really swear like that around here so much. I don't know a tawny owl. I'll look that up. Yet it's easier, right? But we're not here for the easy. If it was easy breezy lemon squeezy, it is supposed to be easy breezy lemon squeezy, simply spiritual, joyful, co-creative, unique. Changing all the time. 5, source soul embodiment, inspiration. You are ready. What did the writing say last night? What did it say? Let's read it again. Real love blooms. Stay true to you. Your dreams, sacred and holy. Your dreams are sacred and holy. Your life has been anointed by Creator's love. I'm telling you, I'm anointing my head today. Healing touch, creative spirit. You did it. You did it. We did it. No more stage fright. Your essence is a delight. You walked yourself out of fear. It wasn't easy, dear, yet you are now soft and gentle like a young deer finding their legs. Wobbly at first, because this wondrous adventure called life has been more fright than delight. Yet, you let love win. Over and over again, you did it. You live this. Sacred embodiment. I literally said it. Oh my God, I didn't literally say it. They said it to me last night. Soul self embodiment, source self embodiment. I'm so grateful, like lickety split, Barbara Trick. I feel so excited when I receive the confirmation I need that helps me to continue to be wanting to grow instead of just going, we can settle. I ain't settling. I've done that a lot of this life. Settle for what? Second best? No way. None of us should settle for second best. And none of us should put our dreams in the back seat of the minivan or the car or whatever on the back of the bike. We ought to put our dreams front and center. That's what we're being told. 2025 gifted this sacred embodiment love restored. 2026 begins the rewards of flowing as a direct result of the eternal love that now lives as your beautiful, sweet, and worldly beating heart. Home is there, here, there, everywhere. Be proud, child. We are so proud. We are so proud of you. We know you feel it too, and you should. Love, pure and true, feels so good. It looks good too. Soul looks good on you. You glow, you grow, you sow, as guided by soul within the oversoul. We're oversoul. We're in the oversoul, all of us, or you wouldn't still be here, honestly. Keep going. You're not crazy nor delusional. Trust and cultivate faith. So, and then to receive this 12 hours later, how frigging beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your devotion and dedication to your spiritual awakening. What a gift you give yourself and the world. And they'll be talking about us generations from now. The warriors who rose, the wounded warriors who rose, who healed themselves, who now radiate the 7 rays of God's rainbow, not the 6-ray rainbow. What's that bullshit? And the ray that's missing is the ray of the crown chakra connecting to source in that rainbow that we see all over the place. It's not God's rainbow. It's the man-made rainbow to identify us as according to our sexual preferences. Get out of here. I'm sick of it. Who cares what you do in your bedroom? Honestly, no harm. Just do no harm. So this is so beautiful. And this is, what is that picture? There's a picture. There's a picture. Is it for the medical community or something? But it kind of reminds me of that picture. But this is also connecting me to, our galactic guides, our galactic family, the Pleiades, the Sirians, the Orions, whatever, wherever you want to, whatever. But we are, regardless of whatever, we are supported by higher forms of intelligence. I would say like humanity's the densest form of intelligence while on the planet. I don't know about in the cosmos, but perhaps this is like Earth's school is not for the faint of heart. And those of us, you and I, who like connect to the unseen realms, it's a gift. As long as we continue to keep showing up for ourselves. This is so beautiful. I can't even put it down. I just love it. You're ready. Ready, Freddie. You're so steady. Don't get stuck in the eddy. Isn't the eddy a little thing in the water, like a little whirlpool? An undertow? I don't know. But this is gorgeous. So thank you. And then this is gorgeous too, because we had a similar one yesterday. Don't tell me I put that away. I didn't. So we've got the elven ones. Oh, Mo, if you're still here, that card you sent me was so sweet. And this is making me think of that. Yeah. That's funny. Eat all your spaghetti. Mom's spaghetti? I don't know. Don't pull a Betty. And pulling a Betty, that just came through only because my girlfriend's mom's name was Betty, and she's passed now. And when she used to go for a parking spot in a parking lot, she always looked through for a spot that she could pull through, so she wouldn't have to like back out or anything. She just wanted. So every time we see pull through driving spots 4444, it's like you're pulling a Betty. You're pulling a Betty. But this just feels like love. Look at this. Divine creation codes. starborn, architects, divas, and sacred geometry. And these are the earth elements. We're the magicians, right? We're working with all the elements: air, fire, earth, and water. And this is speaking of the earthly elements. And the elven ones, I'm also feeling very like mystical. It's almost like the seraphim angels. That's what I'm feeling with this. And so, um, as it was said previously here, some of you here are indeed earth angels. And, again, we don't have to go out there and say, hear ye, hear ye. I'm an earth angel coming through. We don't have to say any of that. We may not even know that we are. And yet, this is speaking to me of, earth angels, divine royalty, as well as, like the mystical here on earth. Where did it say? It said it here, the divas. So, the divas of the plant world, the tree divas, the plant divas. Sacred geometry, Archangel Metatron. My gosh, we are the sacred geometry. I could just sit here in this energy all day. I feel way better than yesterday. Sacred geometry. We are the holy Merkabah, the cosmic star who fell to earth to do some sacred healing work. I love this, guys. I love this. So I will pull cards for those of you who are here on the live. I have nowhere to rush you today. It's Friday. No, it's not Friday in my world. It's Friday in your world. It's Saturday over here. So if you would like me to pull some cards, let me know. I did bring the Soulful Woman Oracle, so I'll just pull a card. You'll get an affirmation. But we're going to get an Abaton Keys Oracle, and that one came quick. My joy is service. I am healed by service. Yin and yang, balanced from within. The sacred, we did it. I just feel like I can't get this silly smile off my face right now because I just feel so proud of us. I feel so proud of us. I feel so proud of myself. When was the last time you had someone tell you they were proud of you? When did you last feel proud of yourself? Because of your devotion and dedication to the small. We were talking about this with the anointing. Working with fire, we got our full moon in the morning. Fire is a great way to dissolve and clear away. Who's going to be up with me at the full moon? Okay, Mo, you'll get a card. Everyone will get a card. Anyone who wants a card will get a card. In our power, sacred fire. Our fires are not going to be dampened and put out. They're saying bottom card. Ah, hey, Wolf Mother Oracle, here you go. Your permission. Rest is sacred medicine, and it's a number 12. You are the channel of light. And so it's really important that you care for yourself so that you can continue the sacred flight. Yeah, it is perfect. And that's how spirit works with us. Brings us confirmation. I wrote last night as I was guided, did what I was guided. It stopped immediately. I'm like, that's it? Cultivate faith is all you're going to say at the end? They're like, yeah, go to bed now. Carry on, go to bed. And I did. I got my rest. And I woke up today and I feel much lighter. This one here, they're saying, we don't need another hero. Oh, but I'm hearing, shooting at the walls of heartache, bang, bang. I am the warrior. We've healed our heartache. And now our heart has been broken open. We are the magic love potion. And, we're going to spill that stuff everywhere. Like the Frank's hot sauce, put that on everything. We're going to put our love on everything, right? We're going to share our love on everything. And we are the hero. And look at the hawk there. I already talked about hawks here. Awesome. Welcome, Nara Kim. I'm happy. Welcome to the family. So happy to have you here. I'm pulling cards for people today. These are for all of us. And I'm just, you know, entertaining for the moment, for the time being. And then I'm going to pull some cards for anyone who would like. So just comment here. So happy to have you here. We love positive. We're about positive energy here. And we honor the not so positive stuff too, right? Because this is how we grow. We're not here to dip our toe in. Remember, ladies and gents, we're here for the deep dive. Because from the deep dive, we rise and thrive in service to the divine who shines through our eyes. And we're our own heroes. And this is a 15, the devil energy, that pesky little critter inside our mind. It's nothing external. I mean, if we're living in that egoic energy, if we're living in that, remember, the mirror image of devil is lived. If we're living our best life, we're laughing at that energy. We're laughing at the ego. Slow down, little ego, slow down, take a seat. The soul knows the way around here, and then the ego will be guided by the soul, which encourages us to take free will choices to be the hero in our own life. And when we add this together, 1 + 5, we've got the 6, which is the lover's energy, which is the choice point. Divine masculine and feminine rising, yin and yang, rising and thriving, co-creating in service to the divine. Because it's our calling in this lifetime. I flippin' love it. We had a 28 yesterday. Let me get it. So 1010, the wheel spins. It's our calling, and it's an ancient calling. We don't have to understand it. We're probably not going to understand it. We're going to honor it, though, because we feel it. Right? Because we feel it. So we're honoring it. Oh, is that what it is? Dawn, thank you. The double man is the Vitruvian Man by Da Vinci. Yeah, it was driving my brain crazy. You looked it up. Thank you so much. I knew it was, you know what I'm talking about, right? Well, you obviously do. You looked it up. Thank you. No, I don't have to. Actually, I forgot about it. That's how my brain works. It's in the moment and then it's like, oh. So everything's new all the time. But we are the ones here who are honoring the calling. Remember the message from the Virgo eclipse, full moon eclipse last March 13th, 2025. The Virgo full moon eclipse, the message that came through at 3 a.m. You are the modern day mystic bringing forth ancient wisdom, simply spiritual. And it was a message for all of us here. 1010. We're now day 2 into this universal 10 year. Well, it's a 1 and a 0. We went through that yesterday. If you missed yesterday, go and check yesterday's. I shared about what I was told or given about the, oh my God, more confirmation. And through union, through partnership, through twin flame, through soulmate connections that are spiritually guided, that are spiritually led, we have sacred work to do here on the ley lines on the planet. I spent many, many years on the shores of Lake Ontario doing grid work, planetary grid work. It was crazy when I got the message of being a planetary grid worker and receiving that for others that I was here serving as well, that they were planetary grid workers. And I'm talking about people I connected with in Australia that go to Uluru and do all kinds of sacred work there. So, I was kind of like a little bit initially like, oh, planetary grid worker. And I've been on the shores of Lake Ontario my entire life. Well, that's not very exciting. And the message I received is it's very needed. And that's why I am where I am. So again, this speaks of everything that's been coming through. They're saying the bottom card. So I'll take that. And then these two. It's more confirmation. And then we've got the Moon Maiden. So I'm just looking to see if we had other 5 energy here. We did 5. 5. So now we've got 3 5 energies. Oh my gosh, new beginnings. And look, the moon mating. We have our full moon, what? In like 21 hours? And on the other side, I said it in this live, on the other side of it is the new life that we've been working toward, working in service to, working for a lifetime. 555, big changes are on the horizon. We know the lay of the land. We've walked the land. Oh my gosh. Guys and gals, beloved, radical acceptance. I was thinking about that today. Radical joy, radical self-acceptance, radical love, radical moves, radical magic, radical gifts. We were born for this. Absolutely. And we passed through the eye of the needle. We got this message back in May, June. Remember, you can go back there. You can go back to May and June here. We've been consistent all year. Just find May or June. And we were talking about this eye of the needle. We were moving through it, you know, and it wasn't easy to get through the eye of the needle. And yet we've done so with intention, soul guided, right? 17, the star energy healing comes to an 8, strength and courage. We did this as a result of enacting strength and courage. Falling apart here. Falling apart. Hot, cold, in my onesie. And the onesie has like the feet. Oh, you can't even see. There you go. My little feet are in there. Can you see? Yeah, the eye of the needle. We did it. And look at that. The soul has been set free. And we continue to weave and co-create and integrate and embody the highest frequency of soul source, our divine blueprint that we can. You remember that, Mo, right? Yeah, it is. And it even has a hood and it's got like little pouches, little pockets here. Yeah, zebra onesie because I'm the gray area. We may think it's all black and white, but honestly, folks, it's in the gray where it all happens. It's in the gray where it all happens. Or maybe it's the black and white. They're showing me now the yin and yang symbol, right? And within the black, there is the white. Within the white, there is the black. And together, it's harmony. It's unity, balance, yin and yang, feminine, masculine, light and dark. And we're all within all of it. We are all of it. I love this. Trust your inner vision. Stick to your vision. I love that. Okay, so some native heart oracles, a couple here, and then I'll start pulling cards. Mo wanted a card. Anyone else want a card? You have to let me know. Just say yes, please, or something like that. Card, please. Oh my, I love it, guys. And then no, but there is a different card in here. Oh no, it's not. It's the same card. Oh, they're saying the bottom, so I do it. Okay, so the first one out is the Dream Shield. Is that an eagle? We're protected and guided as we continue our healing journey. 8-8, abundant. We are the abundant ones. Another 8, 888. I live at 888. Oh my gosh, yesterday I left to go to work, and as I was just pulling out onto the main road, there were all these fire engines and stuff like racing down. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I didn't see anything as I was leaving. I kind of live in a high density area. And then like later at work, I guess I opened up Facebook, and the very thing I see is there's been a fire at 888 blank street. I'm not going to say my street here. There's a fire at 888 blank street. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's where I live. That's literally where I live. So I, on the phone, my head's going crazy, tingling here like nuts. So I call my son and I'm like, is everything okay? I heard there was a fire. And he goes, yeah, we were all outside. And apparently it was just down the hall from us. And that apartment is totally destroyed. I guess it was a kitchen fire. I don't know what happened, if the people were drunk or drugged up or fell asleep or whatever, but their apartment's destroyed and it reeks like smoke in the hallways, but everybody's fine. So that's a good thing. But that was weird. Somebody call 911. Yeah, my son had to go out with the dogs and everything. The cat stayed in the apartment sleeping, but yeah, they're all chaos. My family likes calm, and they're very much like a little calm little crew. So the dream shield, wishes and dreams do come true, folks. And this is a time for the sunshine in your life. A relic of time. We are beyond the mind, the sacred heart beats. Beyond the mind, we are the ancients here to free the wisdom by 10101. We are the sacred reset. Ready, set, go. We can do this. I'm so excited today. Can you tell? And then we got 21. Well, those of you who know me know how I feel about 21. And we've done it. We've climbed to the ladder. We have climbed to a new pinnacle of success via embodiment and integration and remaining focused, staying focused in the heart space. Well done, grasshopper. Well done. And the world is indeed your oyster as long as you remain focused on yourself, healing yourself, showing up for yourself. Nobody else is responsible for how you feel. We may get wounded and, oh, I'm wounded. That's okay. Like, the other people aren't responsible for us feeling wounded. If we feel wounded, there's something within us to heal, and that's how we grow. We got to take our responsibility back. Stop pointing fingers, because there's always three pointing back. Jack, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. 23, divine masculine. And I say that because since Frank died, 23 and 32 became my numbers for the divine masculine, because I would see them everywhere. So I always ask, what does this mean? And that's what I was, mirror energy, masculine energy. 5. This is our fourth 5. Looks like we're starting off this year still changing, folks. Changes. They never stop, do they? Right? We can't spare ourselves from the experience of change. Okay. So does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, we're lucky the fire didn't spread, and yeah, the animals and the child are all good. I'm so grateful. 54th parallel. I don't know what parallel I'm working on. The 37th has had the most UFO sightings. Well, there's a place in Nova Scotia where is very close to where my family's from, and there's all kind of UFO lore around that place. I'll have to look at what that place is called again. I can't think of it right now. I will think of it probably after we're done the live. But yeah, they've got a whole little museum there. I guess the UFOs landed and there were aliens. We're the aliens. Aliens. There's a lie. Lie is in that word, isn't it? Lie? Lean? I don't know. I'm always trying to break words down and figure out the what it means. Okay, so who wants cards? I know, Mo, you said. Did anyone else? Who else wants a card? I'm going to start with Mo, because that's the first one I see for sure that I know it's about a card. Anyone else that wants a card, just say, oh, yep. Nurkarim. Is that how I say your name? I want to make sure we've got you right. I got you right. Everyone else, welcome, Nurkarim 2323. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see your 2323, masculine energy. That is amazing. 5-5, change energy. One card fell on the floor, so I think it's for all of us. Come back tomorrow. Well, we're not here tomorrow. I take Saturdays off. We'll be back Sunday. But like, do you want more confirmation? Just come back here for more confirmation because Spirit speaks to us here. And look at the dolphins, telepathic communication, playful energy, embracing change. We are the Chariot with that 7 energy there. With every loss, I understand that something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can imagine. And the 4 and the 3, the masculine and the feminine. Yeah, we have the mirror energy here. The lay of the land. Masculine and feminine coming together to restore sacredness in this lifetime. So, okay. So Mo, you're up first. And then Wolf Mother, and then Nurkarim. Okay, 45th. Where is Durham Region, Ontario? Tell me that parallel. I'm going to take that. I was going to put it back in. They're like, no, take it. I never really put cards back in. So Miss Mo, look at this. Look at this. We've got the inner wakefulness, number 33, the feminine path, the Empress, rising through the path of forgiveness. Awesome. I'm glad I'm saying your name right. This is speaking about being very grounded, Mo. And if you'll see, it's almost like a symbol of I'm not sure if that's like a dove behind her head or if it could be a phoenix rising from the ashes. I am completely awake and tuned into my truth, clarity, and inner wisdom. And again, the 33, although we don't typically reduce master numbers, we could look at that as a 6 energy, right? And here's the other one. Oh, it is the 6 energy because you've got 24, double six. Double six. The boundaries, we've been talking about this for a while, boundaries, and how important it is. And our boundaries are created via the path of discernment, trusting our gut, trusting our inner knowing. And again, we could look at that. If you see the image I shared for the thumbnail here, it was a picture of the moon that Frank took. And it was like, did they call that one a blood moon? They may have called it a blood moon, but that's what I'm feeling with this pink here. And the blood is the unconditional love of our lineage. We're here in service to 7 generations back and 7 forward. And as the 8th, the eternal fulcrum of eternal peace in the here and now, we're doing the clearing. Look at Mo, look at the throat here, on fire, speaking truth, not backing down, not standing down. That's perfect that this is on point. And this one, the inner wakefulness really feels like, focused vision. Look at those eyes. There is like commitment in those eyes, dedication, devotion to what? Devotion to the sacred, devotion to you in the here and now. And being that colorful little messenger pigeon of light is what I heard. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Yeah, Durham Region, Ontario. So Mo, I trust that those resonate. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. It's always a delight. And tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. No, tell me truth. Tell me sweet little truths. I'm for that. The mind tells us lies, though, doesn't it? I guess humans lie, too. Of course we do. Okay, so who is next? I don't want to go out of order, but as long as you all stay here, you'll get one. Mo, that would be amazing. Happy to be here. Working through that. I remember that. Yes, please. Nurkarim. Okay, so here's some messages for our new family member, Nurkarim. Look at this. Came out again. You saw me shuffle. I'm going to shuffle and get you another one. But this is speaking about, embracing change, because the thing is, a lot of us humans, we resist change. And yet at the end of the day, it's kind of futile because everything's always changing. Oh, I love it. And then you got sanctuary. So it feels, Nurkarim, and it feels that you've landed here at a very auspicious time too. And that you're going through massive changes, and you may be feeling a little unsteady and wobbly and kind of like, I'm not really liking this much. And the message is that and it really feels important through this first month of the Gregorian year, and especially through this weekend, to just show up for you. I'm getting warm again. And so oftentimes when I get warm, I have to be honest too. Like sometimes when I get really warm, it's just because spirit is so close to us. They heat me up sometimes. And so we've got the 17 again. We had a 17 somewhere. They're asking me to find that because that's important for you as well. So, yeah, okay. The changes are big changes that you're going through, and it's healing. And you are meant, not everything's going to make it through that needle with you. And this is about going through and only going for what fills you up, what lights you up. Not, you're not living in the shadows anymore. We play in the shadow in order to shine our light. Don't feel scared. I mean, we can feel scared, and we do it anyways, right? And when we're feeling nervous, that's the ego. That's the ego coming in, because when we're on our path of service, on our path of joy, we will feel lit up. If we're feeling like not elevated by it, you've got a lot of spiritual guides around you, Nurkarim. I just have to say that to you. They're heating me up quite substantially here. And so you do have a lot of support around you, and I'm being guided to encourage you to tune in. And when you're feeling scared, oh, that's hilarious. When you're feeling scared, breathe. Just place your hands on your belly in that moment, or maybe a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Feel your belly push your hand up as it fills with air and drop back and come back into the peace. And our power is always in the present moment. I love it. They have that Microsoft computer PowerPoint. We are the PowerPoint, and our point of power is always here and now. This very hour is sacred. All of them. So, Nurkarim, the big message here is, in my inner sanctuary, I connect to peace, inner quietude, and comfort. Yes. Okay, 44th. I like that. 44th to 43rd parallel. That's amazing now, isn't it? That's really amazing. So I guess I'm working the ley lines over here, anchoring the energy of the angelic realms. Are you serious? Huh. Get this. It's also on the 45th north parallel, is where Durham region, Canada, same as Nova Scotia. Interesting, eh? Interesting. So, Nurkarim, I'm really feeling like this weekend, especially because we're hours away from the full moon. So the full moon is at 5:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 3rd of January, the Cancer full moon, the wolf moon. Oh, 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 oh. Is that a wolf or a dog? Who knows? I'm not a very good howler, but I try. I give everything my best try, honestly. Um, so it's the full moon. This is a good time to release, maybe jotting some things down. I know a good practice for releasing is jotting things on bay leaves and burning them. So we're not carrying it forward with us. This is where we let all the baggage go, especially the baggage from 2025. The skin of the snake is being blown away tonight on the wind. And tomorrow is, well, the next few days will really be the dawn of a new day for all of us. So With every loss, I understand something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can imagine. And that's the thing. When things are taken away from us, when people, places, things, when we let go of habits that are so deeply ingrained in us, it can feel scary because we've changed, we're different, we're new. So of course we're going to feel a little trepidatious. Is that the right word there? We're going to feel a little nervous about everything that's new. And that's okay. We just keep going anyways. So Nurkaram, I hope those messages resonate, and thank you so much for showing up and joining and being a part of the family. It's so nice to have you here, and I trust that you found this space for divine purpose, and I trust that the messages shared here, which for the most part are all timeless and eternal. So whenever you connect with them, there will be something here for you. I'm so honored to have you here in this space, and thank you so much for the subscription to the channel. I'm eternally grateful currently in this now moment. So, I'm not sure if Henry VIII. So, the Guardian Oracle is asking, because I said we're here in service to 7 generations back and 7 forward. That's a very native indigenous teaching. And it's 7 is a highly spiritual number. And there's, even with the sweetgrass, and correct me if I'm wrong, but sweetgrass, braids of sweetgrass are 7 strands in each component of the braid. And so I think that speaks to the interweaving of the generational wisdom. I am correct. Thank you. I think that speaks to the generational wisdom, really, right? We're here. So when we think of in service to the 7 generations back, as women, and although this audience is 50-50, can you believe that? There's very few men that ever engage here, but apparently 50% of this audience is masculine energy. So thank you guys for being here. Come out and show yourself. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. Come out, come out, come out, wherever you are. The 7 sacred grandfather teachings. I would love to read that. I'll look that up. And there's also a book I want to read that's called Braiding Sweetgrass. Anyways, I think that when we look at it from that perspective, so us as, the fulcrum, I always say fulcrum, it could be fulcrum of the scale, the spine. So we are the center point, the eternal soul who is serving the ancestors before. We're healing, doing things that they were unable to do in their lifetime. And they're so proud of us. Like they prayed for us. You're reading that book now? Awesome. I really want to read that too. So, when we look at the 7 generations back, we're healing things that they couldn't because we have the opportunities they didn't have. And the reason that we're doing all this healing, why it's so important, is for the future generations, yet those that are here and yet to come. So they will not have to go through the bullshit that most people, and if we don't get it right, folks, a lot of people aren't getting it right. And someone can say, oh, well, there's no right or wrong. There is. When you're spiritually aware, when you're spiritually awake, there is a right or wrong path. I mean, there's many ways to get there. Oh, that could be. I'm Henry VIII, the Henry VIII I am, Henry VIII I am. I got married to the girl next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was a Henry. Yeah, you know what? They mock us, right? So everything I am that I am. We're all of it. And so it's so, I'm glad, Nurkarim, you're here before the full moon too, because it feels like, it feels very auspicious, and the honor truly is mine. Honestly, it amazes me every day that, there's people that resonate with little lisalyle. I look forward to the day where there's more of them physically in my life and community. And usually those are the spaces I've had to create over the years. So, I'm glad you're here. I am a life path 9. Yeah, 36-9 is my life path. Well, 9 is the path, but yeah. And I received a message many, many years ago that this was my last incarnation. Many, many years ago, like 30 years ago. This was my last time around. So I was here to get it right. I don't know how I'm doing. I don't know. At 55, I feel like maybe now, finally, I guess everything has served a purpose. I'm grateful for all of it. I don't have any regrets. Um, so yeah. Uh, yeah. Henry VIII. I like that. I am, that's funny. Okay. So who is next? Wolf Mother Oracle. You're up, sis. You're up. I'm Henry VIII. I am Henry. Anything silly, I get like so silly. I was feeling a little silly. Feeling silly. Silly Willy. No more willy nilly. Free Willy. Free the silly from within you. Or is that an elephant trunk? But I'm trying to do the blowhole from a whale. Blowhole from a whale in the elephant trunk. Silly. Silly, silly. Okay, Wolf Mother Oracle. I got to get myself together here. Yeah. Here we go. Wolf Mother 2 came out and 3 came out. Oh. Okay, so the first one I saw is uniquely myself. I wear feathers and crystals and crazy hair and just be who the heck you are. I got to get myself together. You know? Gosh, I like being silly though. I'm going today. So, I want, you know what I need? I need some new feather earrings. I used to wear them all the time as a young, like as a youth, a lot of feather earrings. And then remember the days of where you could like go to flea markets and stuff, well, here in Canada, anyways, and you could find all kinds of paraphernalia. Like they used to have, I think they called them head shops and stuff. Anyways, I remember like these things. I love them, and I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. I'm gonna wear it in my hair, and I clipped it in. It was a hard clip. It was a hard clip, and I'm clipping it in my hair, and I had all these dangling feathers. Someone said to me one day, "Hey, Lisa, can you take that roach clip out of your hair so we can use it?" And I'm like, "What?" I didn't realize it was a roach clip to hold like a joint. I was too young. I didn't know anything about that. And then when I got older and I was still wearing them clipped in my hair, like people were asking me to borrow my roach clip so they could smoke the little roach out their joint. But yeah, like dressing ourselves up as we yeah, do you remember the roach clips? Yeah. A roach clip. Yeah, and they were like, but they had, they were metal, right? So I'd put them in, but they were so pretty, and they had the wood beads on them, and I clip them up like this, and the feathers would be dangling, and the beads, and I just thought I was like, I don't know, I thought I was like a princess, a native princess. You were born in '88. I was 18 in '88, and I was probably wearing roach clips in my hair. Yeah, I was born in 1970. Well, the math is easy there. But Wolf Mother Oracle, back to you. This is again, it's the masculine energy, it's the change. And I feel like things have changed, and you are moving into a space where you're like, yeah, I'm just, I'm going to wear my rooster feathers in my hair and, do what I do. And I don't care because my happiness comes through every single thing I do. I am guided by the divine at all times, and I lead with my heart. And as I serve, I heal. As you create, you heal. I love those feathers. I trust that who I am is perfect for my unique journey and soul path. Well, of course it is. Who else could you be? Oh, from the mud, the lotus grows and is a brilliant representation of the intricate beauty of source, the power of support, the power of love. a source from above, freeing our souls. I know it's cleansing my soul, but I said freeing our souls. Number 4, stability. Number 4, working with the angelic realms. If you're not sure, the easiest way for us to strengthen our connection to source is to talk to them. Talk to them. Give them permission to help. 4, stability, nobility, firm foundations, no hesitation, co-creating with the divine at all times. We're always on, aren't we? We're always on. And we can still rest. We can rest and still be on, still be connected. I am grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. Yes. And the recurring one, boundaries. Making choices and decisions that support your ability to continue to thrive and grow and expand into the space of all that you know. Full moon, again, is very important. Healing. This full moon is so important. It feels very auspicious. The full moon in Cancer is the moon that Frank transitioned on, but that year in 2018, it was on 12/21. And so we can see how it, following the phases of the moon. And because it was the full moon in December, it was the long night moon or the cold moon there. And here now we have the wolf moon. Oh, finding our tribe. We're no longer, I just heard that song, Leader of the Pack. We are meant to be in leadership roles, though. And again, we may not have the credentials hanging on the wall. Most of those folks with credentials hanging on their wall have no true life experience. They've been taught how to do what they do. We also have been taught via source and by taking action in our daily life, because as a healer, as a natural born healer, a natural born leader, we've got to do the grunt work. We got to roll up our sleeves and do the work. And then we are not here to make anyone believe. People will feel the resonance. People will feel the truth, even though they think the words are wacky or they don't understand the words. It's hard to put into words the spiritual realms. I just heard solid. Solid as a rock. That's what this love is. That's what we got. Oh, so that might be, who was that? It was from Samson and Ashford and Simpson, I think. Ashford and Simpson. So Wolf Mother, I hope that those all resonate with you. Excuse my silliness, but, that's what we do here. We do silly here. We do real here. We do authentic, raw. It's not always pretty. And that's okay, because it's real. You know what I just heard? Was it you that said you were wearing rooster earrings? Because I'm like, cock-a-doodle-doo. Looking at this bird, I don't know why this bird had me do a cock-a-doodle-doo, but that's exactly what I was hearing. I kept hearing cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah. Okay. So cock-a-doodle-doo. Wishes and dreams come true. That's what I heard. Okay. So those are your messages, Wolf Mother. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have some beautiful, feather earrings are awesome. We're back to, there's the rooster feathers in your hair, and crystal jewelry. I don't have much crystal jewelry these days. Well, I do have a lot of crystal jewelry. I don't tend to put it on too much anymore. Well, because they won't let me take this off. That's part of the problem. Or maybe it's a part of the solution because they won't let me take it off. I have some beautiful Métis created earrings. One set is really long. I'll wear some here on Sunday. Yeah, I thought those were hair things too, Mo. I used to get them at the Golden Mile Flea Market in Scarborough there on Eglinton Avenue. And, I was, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, and stuff. And, I think one of the teenagers asked me at the time, why are you wearing a roach clip in your hair? And I had no idea what a roach clip was. So I just wore them. Yeah, beaded earrings. That's beautiful. It's quite an art. I got some talented people in my life. Thank you all for showing up in my life. Free spirited that I am. Ain't nobody gonna cage me. Ain't no one. What's that song? Nobody's gonna stop me now. No one's gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Yes, we're moving. Yeah, get up and be like the rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo at the moon or at the, yeah. I mean, the sun's coming up a little earlier now. I'm glad the cards were perfect. My silliness is a breath of fresh air. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Is anyone else looking for a card? I think I got everyone that wanted a card. If anyone else wants a card, let me know. And then if not, then we're off to sow more seeds, sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love, sowing the seeds. Hot time to make a plan. Shake up the views of the common man on the love train, riding coast to coast. DJ's the man we love the most. Sowing the seeds of love, Tears of Fears. It was a favorite of mine. What was that? 85, 86, something like that. Great tune. Anyone else want cards? Otherwise, I'll just pull one for all of us as we leave here. That's what we've got. And that one? No. Okay. So look at this. More confirmation. Service is co-creation. My service, no matter how great or small, is a conscious act of co-creation with the divine. As we serve, we heal. As I serve, I am healed. As I'm served, I am filled up. Service is joy. When we align ourselves to the path that we love, we align ourselves to the path of joy. And we end up doing exactly what we're meant to be doing while we're here alive in this life. Look at this. Little birds in our nest, taking care of our eggs. Isn't it beautiful? We've healed. I mean, my mind sometimes is like a 13-year-old boy or a girl, but that kind of looks funny to me. That kind of looks funny to me right now. Anyways, but I'm looking at these golden birds here. These golden birds and the golden eggs. We're the golden birds. 13333, golden birds taking flight because we have healed and we've now aligned with the purity of our heart and the healing has taken place. I guess we can look at I kind of see that like a bum. But actually, like, let's look at it. Grow up, Lisa. Grow up. Let's look at it like a spine. Right? This is our spine. And on either side, we are healing, masculine, feminine, and we're staying grounded and rooted as we continue to grow and co-create as guided by the divine. Are those little starships? No. Well, they could be light ships in the sky. Maybe they're meant to be birds, but I'm seeing them as light ships because those of you here, like me, you're otherworldly. I'm like a child, but doesn't it look like a bum in the air and like this? Anyways, yeah, that's again, and I think it's okay. It's okay to be silly. It's actually great to be silly, to lighten up, loosen up. Loosen up. We also got grace. And again, these imagery of the birds from the head, grace, the unmerited gift, divine grace. Life's not a race. We are the rats. Well, we're not the rats. We are the ones who have freed ourselves from the cage. Despite all of our rage and misfortune, we're not rats in cages. We are here to free ourselves. And mostly we free ourselves up here, and then it frees the heart. And well, we free ourselves up here. We get in touch with the emotions. For many of us, were irrational emotions based on traumatic events and painful events and neglect and all these things that we experienced when we were young. And via the path of grace, which is available and accessible with each and every breath, there's nothing we need to do to deserve love or grace, not from Creator. It's ours. All we need to do is accept it and welcome it. And look, she's got the white around her neck now, the purity. She speaks from the purity of her heart. Is she wearing pearls in her ear? My little pearls that I found. It's obviously a little pearl that I found the other day on the floor, random. And as I was talking about the other day, the hag stone, there you are. There's one of these hag stones. One of many. And I think I saw this guy on the ground and it would look like a little face. Let's see if I can. Hi. I see these things and they talk to me. Hi, Lisa. I'm like, oh, hi, Hagstone. Yeah. A Kodama, like a dragon? A snake or something? That's what I thought. A Komodo? Komodo? Yeah, I thought it was like a little snaky like. Anywho. Tree spirits. Okay. I don't watch a lot of movies. Everyone's like, oh, do you remember this? I don't. I haven't watched a movie and I haven't been to the movie theater in maybe a decade. And as for television and stuff, I don't much. I'd like to watch a movie. I want to watch Neverending Story again. I'd like to watch Avatar again because I think there's blue coded information in that. It's an anime movie. Movie Princess Mononoke. Okay. So here it says, when I open to the deep source of grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. And it allows us to savor the positive. Another 10, triple tens here. 10, 10, 10. The wheel has spun. Lots of pearls. Look at the hawk on her shoulder. They could be red tail hawks up in the sky. Lots of red here in the imagery for all of us. Red, green, and pink. Grounded, deeply rooted. We have landed on stable ground. So thank you so much for continuing to do the inner work. We see life and all things from a higher perspective. We are that we are. Or is it I am that I am? Henry VIII, I am. Golden light, solar power coming online. Seeing things beyond the mind. Seeing things as the divine sees things and us. I think we're going to keep working with these same cards for much of January because it feels like there's something about these decks that we're working with that really want us to receive the messages coming through. So everyone, we're an hour and 40 minutes into this. I trust that some of the silliness here has resonated. I know it has. And I thank you so much for showing up. I love you all so much. It's true. I really do. And I thank you for showing up and loving me because I know you love me too and I feel it. And I'm so grateful for it. This is my little safe space in the world here with all of you until I am guided to create another safe space out there in the world. I don't know. For now, I just come here with all of you and share. That's what I do. And I trust that something here has been a drop of love into your cup. And I thank you for all being a drop of love into mine. I love you all. Mo, thank you for being here today. Wolf Mother, thank you. Guardian Oracle 333, thank you. And Nurakim, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for showing up on this very auspicious day, on this second day of this very auspicious year, because the wheel has spun in our favor. You know what? I may do a live tomorrow. I'm kind of feeling like they're saying to me to come back tomorrow. So again, I'm a good student. I listen to what I'm being asked to do most of the time. And so let us gather here again tomorrow at 12:21, and we'll see what comes through for us. And, we'll be back here on Sunday with our weekly energy forecast. And yeah, let's come back tomorrow for the full moon. I'm planning on going to the lake and doing some ceremony in the cold winter morning. I'm really guided for that though. So let us join back here tomorrow at 12:21, and we'll talk about some of the energy of the full moon, and we'll see what more comes in for us, what more guidance. You all have made my day phenomenal. And it's not even like we're not even halfway through the day. So I thank you for showing up. And I wish you the ease in letting go with this full moon. We are so loved and supported. Don't forget, over there with the full moon, we have Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, who is encouraging our expansion and will be for the next 6 months or so of this Gregorian year. So let us wholeheartedly, without hesitation, and very little fear, although we may feel a little like scaredy cats, it's okay. It's okay. Wishes and dreams are so near to bursting through. I see you all, I feel you all, and I love you all eternally. And I thank you all so much for showing up here and pouring into my cup. Honestly, your presence here is a gift to me for which I am eternally grateful. Until tomorrow, everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you.